And so from the courts, we head out to the oil sector, particularly as it has to do with the pump price of petroleum products. And Jeffrey is set to take that.
All right, let's get away from politics to petroleum products. We're being joined in the program by Mr. Billy Gillis-Harry, the president of PETROAN, joining us via Zoom. Mr. Gillis-Harry, it's good to see you again.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning, Ayo. Good morning, Nigeria.
I think
good morning, everybody.
The natural thing to say is how is Port Harcourt? So one of the things while we're having this conversation, what is going on in the petroleum sector is like what is also going on in politics. So sometimes we try to look at exactly what is playing out. And we wanted to find out a few things as to pricing, relationship with the NNPCL, and even with Dangote refinery. We read somewhere, I think I saw somewhere where we understand that marketers are beginning to consider to just buy from Dangote refinery rather than NNPC. I want you to clear the air on that and what does that mean, whether it is true or not.
Well, you know, PETROAN membership spans across all the sister organizations. Anyone that has a retail outlet ordinarily will attempt to become a member because of the benefits they are the inherent therein. Our members, as I can speak to you today, are lifting from every possible source, where our loyalty is to every possible source where we can get petroleum products. Primarily, we have a long-term relationship with NNPCL, and so that is the one company that an agreement has been entered into for so many years, and will continue to benefit the values of those agreements with our bulk purchase agreement and the allocations of product therefrom. We also know from Dangote refinery, because that is a very, very credible source that we also will lift petroleum product from. However, PETROAN has also entered into a business relationship between the Dangote, MRS, and PETROAN relationship. So everywhere there is product to be bought, once our members complete the necessary processes, they start lifting products immediately. As far as we know, NNPC is giving products. Even as late as Sunday, we got allocations from NNPC, and we're lifting from them. Some of them will live from Warri, some will live from Port Harcourt in the depots that NNPC has product. So continuously, product is being provided for us, and of course that's why you can see there is no retail outlets that have capacity to purchase products that don't have. We have petroleum products abundantly available in every retail outlet.
That's great to hear. At least we shall have the products, but the pricing is not the big question. How much are you lifting from Dangote? How much are you lifting from NNPC?
Well, Dangote's prices are very clear. He has announced to us that he reduced the price from 970 to 890. And as soon as our members start paying for that and lifting, that will reflect in our retail outlets. NNPC was still giving us product at the old price, and they keep shifting too. We also expect them to be able to respond to the price changes, and then also give us access to their portal from where we order for products and lift. So I think that our patronage is for all the sources where we have petroleum products. And NNPC is critical to us too.
So, sir, this reduction by Dangote refinery, is it, born out of patriotism as it's been touted, or more as a result of the continuing price war with the NNPCL?
Well, I wouldn't call it a price war, because the sheer size of operation between the refineries are very clear that Dangote has an advantage of high volume. So I don't think that competition is what I'll call it. I'd rather say it is a product of support to each other, if I may say. The prices that Dangote have reduced, as far as I know, it could be attributed to entrepreneurial economic factors that reduce or worked out processes for what the price of producing 1 liter of product will be. And therefore, every businessman is usually bound to make profit so that the profit can take care of necessary challenges, necessary charges, necessary payments and bills that will come so that they can be in business. So I believe that Dangote must have calculated what is beneficial to them. Minimally, don't forget that there are really not 600,000 barrels of crude oil refining capacity per day, which, as of today, we are told that they are operating at, I think, about 60 to 70%. So we have a lot of product coming from there. But don't forget also that there are products that are also exported from there to different parts of the world. Recently, you heard that Saudi Arabia benefited from Dangote refineries.
Mr. Gillisari, why are we still importing? Why is the NNPC still spending 5.5 trillion naira on importation of petroleum products if Dangote has the capacity to meet Nigeria's domestic consumption? And Dangote has said it over and over again that it can supply and meet Nigeria's domestic consumption.
Well, I really would not encourage NNPC to import if I am in a position to advise NNPC, because we have our domestic refining capacity, upgraded and up and running, and they're all roaring. So the idea that any company imported, I can't tell if it was NNPCL or any other company that has import license that imported those products in the last few weeks or few months that have gone by. But I will advise, that we focus on the production that is being made in Nigeria and make our economy, to be strong based on our in-country production and consumption. So that's my take on that.
So Mr. Gillisari, what we expect is that when the dollar or the naira is strengthened such that we're seeing in the market today, as well as other components, for instance, the price of crude oil, we are expecting to see more affordable, if you will, more affordable, say, PMS. Why don't we see that as often as we should?
Let me just do a little bit of calculation to let you know how this business works. We paid a refiner, in this case, any refiner, say 970 naira. And then we have already taken delivery of maybe 10 million liters or 22 million liters, as the case may be. And then suddenly price drop, by 10 naira or 20 naira or 60 naira or 100 naira. That drop cannot be felt in the market, in the retail outlet very easily, because we have to sell off all the products that were bought at that 970 plus all the logistics challenges and costs imputed to rates. Now, if we don't do that, that will entail a closure of business, because there are so much payments, so much cost attached to lifting 1 liter of product. There is logistic costs, there is financial charges, there are different kind of charges and payments that are associated with selling 1 liter of product. And that is why we are very much supportive of what Dangote MRS is doing, because they are also giving us opportunity to be able to, reduce our exposure, to buying products that can be affordable. And that's the right word to use, affordability. What is affordable? What the Nigerians can afford from their pocket. So until that product is sold out, it will be difficult for that same company that procured 10 million liters or 20 million liters or 5 million liters or 2 million liters to go back and purchase another one. So it should be clear, to us that we retail outlet owners are willing to respond immediately to the market, but we are constrained by the fact that there were previous purchases that were made that must be evacuated and sold off first.
Well, as we begin to wind down, so there's a conversation around pricing. I think for the average consumer, they want to buy petrol for as low as possible, right? But there's also what happens within the market, the sanity of the market. And for a lot of people, they are concerned that if all the calls that all the purchase should go to Dangote, Dangote should be the sole supplier of petrol in Nigeria, they might have a monopoly on our hands. Is that a concern you have as well? Is that healthy for the market, since NNPCL doesn't look like it's measuring up to NNPCL, or sorry, to Dangote in terms of refining, with all the talk around importing and the rest?
Well, I certainly do not in any way support any kind of monopoly. That's one of the reasons why we came out smoking from all sides of the gun to make sure that monopoly is not part of the discussion. Because there are retail outlet owners who have just only one retail outlet, and they have responsibility. They have economic responsibilities even to our country, to their families and to themselves. And so it's important that even the smallest should survive and be in business. But we are not afraid that Dangote or any other refinery is moving towards monopoly, as was earlier suspected or thought about. But we'll continue to advise that let refiners refine, and let depot owners keep storing, and let retail outlet owners keep retailing to everyone. So the whole value chain has consistent business to be
All right.
to our obligation, to make sure that our obligation to Nigerians are met.
All right, Mr. Achilles Harris, we hope to see the prices reflect across all the cities and centers where we buy petroleum product, because we can't see that as much as we should. We're hoping that all the dynamics will come to play so that we'll reap the benefit of this. And then in closing, I know you used to buy 33,000 liters for about 5 to 7 million, and there was a loud cry as to now it was 50 million. How much do you buy now in just 1 second?
Well, it just only shifted a little bit down to 40-something million on the higher side. We consistently will reflect that in our retail outlets. Once we buy less, we sell less. Once the cost of the landing 1 liter of product is less from the refiners and from the depots, we will also reflect that in our retail outlets. And I can tell you that PETROAN is very, very insistent on availability and affordability, but also much more than that, discipline and other, according to what the PIA law says. And that's why we will encourage that monopolistic tendencies of any kind should not be encouraged. Everybody should be allowed to play in the market. And even importation should not be a crime, because it is not a crime. The PIA make provisions for that. But for patriotic Nigerians, as we are, we encourage that let us pursue our internal markets and grow our economy strong.
All right, market dynamics. It's just that we're saying, Mr. Achilles Harris, that because of the pressure on FX, when it comes to importation, at least we should just let it go now that we're backward integrated. Thank you so much, Billy Achilles Harris, the president of PETROAN. Thank you for always coming through whenever we call. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much.